Good evening, everyone. This is Ryan Hoyme, aka Massager, and today we have Michael Waters from ThumperMassage.com. Welcome.
Thanks, Ryan. Nice to be here.
Yeah. So, what is the Thumper?
What is the Thumper? Yes, that's the biggest question of the day so far. What is the Thumper? The Thumper is a professional quality percussive massage device.
Yeah.
Unlike most massagers in the marketplace, we use tapotement, which is a pulsed acupressure.
Okay.
So we penetrate perpendicular into the muscle tissue, as opposed to an oscillator which rubs the surface, or a vibrator that runs parallel to the skin. So we're able to penetrate a full quarter of an inch into the muscle tissue. So we're able to effectively work the muscle tissue, relieving the tension.
Does this help with people with like cystic fibrosis, or people that need to cough up some phlegm too? Or
there are some hospitals that do use the Mini Pro on folks like that.
Okay.
Predominantly on children.
Okay.
We do have some clinics that will use that. Definitely, it is very helpful.
Okay, but for adults, you might need a little bit more.
You need a little more something heavy duty.
Okay, because I know right now they're going to a lot of vests they put on and just constantly.
That's right.
Yep.
They call them a Thumper vest, actually.
So. Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah. So it's interesting, but yeah, no, for children or for elderly people, it's something that has been done before.
Okay. And how long has Thumper been around then?
Thumper's been in the industry for almost 36 years.
Wow.
We're the authentic.
When electricity came around.
Exactly, but the forethought of Thumper, or the pre-Thumper, if you wish, was back in the 50s. Dr. Lyman Johnson, a Canadian chiropractor, came up with the first version of a Thumper.
Okay.
That he was theorizing would work to release the tension in his thighs and his lower back to help him with his back pain. And in the early 70s, a group of doctors at the CMCC, which is Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College, got this old unit out and started to work on it and tweak it and develop to what it is today. And it's essentially the same product. Obviously, there's been a lot of changes to quality, to materials, but the way it works and the depth of stroke is very identical to what it was back in the 50s. So 60 years, almost 70 years of theory and thought have gone into it, and it's a really unique product.
And I noticed that you have an online continuing education class too and stuff with the
That's
Thumper.
something that we wanted to do, because we are a manufacturer and designer of products, but we also wanted to become an educator of therapists as well. The biggest question we always get is, well, how do I use this on our patients? So we went to a casting consultant, and with Jane Irvin, we developed this CE course, which combines a manual massage as well as a Thumper massage into one protocol. So it's an effective way for therapists to be able to use a tool so that they can, maximize the benefit out of that, saving their hands, working more efficiently, providing added benefit to their customers while still giving them a really good quality massage.
And do you sell wholesale then too?
We do.
Okay. So people can actually sell them in their clinics if they want to.
And a lot of people do. People love the Thumper, and that's the one thing that we always hear from massage therapists. And today I've had 10 or 15 people come up and say, oh, my patients love it, and every time I turn it on, they say, oh, this feels so good. And we never get tired of hearing that. So a lot of therapists do sell wholesale. We have a machine, what we call the Thumper Sport, which has been designed for retail. It's not a professional machine, but it's priced attractively so that people can take it home and get the benefits of massage at home. Okay.
And then there's two different versions, or how many versions of you have then?
There's four professional versions.
Okay.
We have an equine version, which is for horses or for gentlemen like you and I, or people who like a deeper, heavier massage, a bigger muscle mass. So it's going to hit harder. So we have a bigger muscle mass, and it takes more energy to work us.
Okay.
Or people who like to be hit harder. We have the Maxi Pro, which is what 95% of therapists use. It's a full-size machine. It's 7 pounds. We have our Mini Pro, which is ideal for self-care. It's 3 pounds, has a long handle, 2 massage spheres, very maneuverable, great for work on smaller framed individuals, the elderly, and female patients. It works really, really well. And we have the Versa Pro, which is a machine, it's a footbed system. It's great for the lower body. We have a lot of therapists putting it into a waiting room situation or a waiting room setting, so people can use it before they get to the treatment.
So it's warming everything up beforehand too.
That's what it is. It's relaxing people. In today's day, we're always busy. We're always running late. So you get to the therapist. She's running a little late. You're running a little late. You're a little stressed. You maybe had a tough day at the office. 5 minutes on the VersaPro, you relax. You get in there. The therapist can do more. And that's what our tools are all about, being able to do more, work more, give the patients or the clients a better end result.
Okay. And then what about somebody, let's say a pacemaker? I mean, electronic devices?
That's something there that they would have to be very, very cognizant of. When the therapist does the intake notes, obviously they're going to note that. And we would definitely say do not use that.
Okay.
Consult with your medical professional. Depending, they would have the ultimate and final say on that.
And people with like osteoporosis too would be a little bit
something like that. It's obviously up to the therapist to make those decisions.
Okay.
They're the experts in the field, and depending on what the history is, everyone's going to be different. So ultimately, it's up to what the patient and what the therapist decides is proper treatment.
And is it better to use this to warm up muscles beforehand, or is it better to warm up muscles with massage or something, and then the Thumper?
You know what? By using the Thumper to warm up beforehand, you're saving energy. You're working more efficiently. You're not expending a lot of energy to break that initial tension down. So in 5 to 7 minutes, you can go head to toe, warm them up, relax the individual, and then get in there with your hands. A lot of therapists do that. They get in there 5 to 7 minutes, start working, and then if they notice a knot, if they notice some adhesions that aren't breaking down, they'll bring the Thumper back out again. So it's a tool that you can use at the beginning, you can use it at the end, you can use it in between if you need that extra power to break adhesions or muscle tissue down.
What do you say to therapists that are totally against using tools?
You know what? Everyone has their opinion, and there's thoughts behind it. The biggest thing that we always hear is, well, it can't replace my hands. Well, you're right, it can't. Your hands are so good at being able to sense the tension, being able to sense what needs to be done. Our tools are there to help you. It's no different than, and the story I like to tell is, people are familiar with carpenters or cabinet makers. They use power tools, and it doesn't diminish their skills, it enhances it. So that's what using a tool is going to do. It's not diminishing your skills, it's not making you less of a therapist, it's making you a more rounded therapist. It's also going to give you a longer career. If you're being able to work more efficiently and work more economically, 1-2 patients a week or a day, ultimately financially it's going to be more beneficial to you, but it's also going to be beneficial to your body. You're not going to have that exhaustion and wear and tear in your body at the end of the week. So you're going to have a longer, more productive career.
Can you actually slide with this at all when you're using it and stuff? You
can work head to toe, and it's a matter of, once a therapist is used to it, in as little as 1 or 2 days, you can develop your own little system of doing it. You can maneuver it quite easily from head to toe without having to remove it from a body.
What about if there's oil on the body too?
We recommend that there's no oil. Just because what happens is that the oil can get into the electronics of the machine. And just with time, gum the works up. A simple cleaning won't resolve that. What we do recommend for people, if they're going to use oil, is to sheet the patient or sheet the client, and then use the Thumper over that, because it's designed to actually work through a sheet or through fabric.
Okay, perfect. So, is there anything else that we haven't covered, you think?
I don't think so.
We solved all the world's problems.
We solved the world's problems. 10 minutes of Thumper and everyone will be happy. No, I think that the biggest thing that we see is people need to experience it. It's a great tool for patient care, but it's also a great tool for self-care, and I think that's what we need to look into as well, because in order to give massage, you need to receive massage, right? So you need to be in good condition as well, and a lot of therapists don't take the time for themselves. By having a Thumper, you're able to definitely take that 10 or 15 minutes a day, or 2 or 3 minutes between visits, and get some massage and address an issue before it becomes a big issue.
Definitely. Well, it's been a pleasure.
It's awesome. It's excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Take care.
Yep.